Hello, my name is Liam, and today I'm going to be talking about Season 1 of Red vs. Blue. Now, I, I think I only started getting into Red vs. Blue around the time of I think it was probably while Season 12 was going on. I don't think I watched Season 12, live. I, I think the first season I actually started watching when it was being released was probably season 13. So I haven't been a fan of Red vs. Blue for that long, but for the short time that I've been a fan of, I have rewatched the show several times. I think it's I think it's one of the most rewatchable shows, not really TV show, one of the most rewatchable shows that I've seen. So I decided, since season 15 is going on, and I'll of course do a review of that once it's over, and I decided that I'll do another rewatch, and I'll just also do reviews for each season. And so I also went to get the 10 Years of Red vs. Blue, the Chorus Trilogy Steelbook, and the Anthology series season 14. So today I just wanted to quickly talk about season 1. These seasons, they aren't very long because it's, like 5 or 7 minute episodes, and so a whole season only ends up being, about like an hour and a half long, basically the length of a movie. But there's just a couple things I wanted to say about season 1. I find it interesting, looking back at season 1, what Red vs. Blue started as and how much it's evolved throughout the years. Like, when you watch seasons 1 to 5, you can see all the changes going on, how it kind of develops over time. And I think it's kind of a natural progression too. Specifically, you see some of these characters, they aren't really how we know them throughout later seasons. Especially a character like Caboose. He changes a lot over the course of the Blood Gulch Chronicles, at least. We start to kind of see that a little bit in season 1, but that it really takes shape later on. And other characters are like that too. Sarge is like that. Donut's like that. Other characters, they're closer to the way we know them. Characters like Griff and Simmons and Tucker, they're close, but their personalities still develop a little bit more too. Really, the only one who I would say is really close to the character that we know now is probably, Church, and of course Tex. But it's interesting. It's interesting thinking about it, how much these characters have changed, what we learn about certain characters. I'm not talking spoilers for oncoming seasons, but anyone who's seen Red vs. Blue should know what I'm talking about. A couple lines that I liked. I liked the line of Tucker when they're talking about the teleporter, and he goes, "I'd just like to say, rocks aren't people." I like that line. And I liked the line when Church is talking about Sidewinder. He's talking about the Private Mickey who started screaming bloody murder, and then of course the character starts actually screaming the words bloody murder. I liked that whole joke. I thought that was nice. Very funny. Of course, there's a lot of recurring jokes that are introduced in season 1. Right off the bat, you have the joke about, "Have you ever wondered why we're here?" You have the "Wanna Talk About It," you know, the warthog and the puma, that whole joke. Donut and the pink armor. One of my favorite recurring jokes is the warthog music. We don't see that as much later on in the seasons. You know, once we get out of once we start getting into the chorus stuff, that doesn't pop up that much. There's Sheila and the firing the main cannon. But it's interesting to see, just to see how much the show will, how much, it's interesting knowing how much the show is going to change and looking at it right now. I think that's what I got most from this season. But I think it'd be very interesting going forward now, season 2, to really kind of see when those changes start taking place, when characters start developing a little bit more. I think season 2 we introduced some new characters too, if I'm not mistaken. You know, sometimes seasons 1 to 5 of Red vs. Blue, sometimes it kind of, you know, blends together for me. So, you know, as I said earlier, they're not very long to watch, so I'll probably have season 2 up, you know, and not too much longer after this goes up. But so I'll see you then.